Welcome to the optical fiber communication. In today's lecture, I will explain the dispersion losses in optical fiber. Now, dispersion can cause the distortion in digital as well as analog optical fiber links. Dispersion means when the optical pulse travels along the fiber, the pulse width gets broadened in time. That we define as a dispersion. So when we transmit multiple pulses, then because of broadening of the pulse, two pulses will get overlap to each other. And at the receiver, it will be difficult to identify the pulses. So this effect is known as a inter-symbol interference. Pulse dispersion is inversely proportional to the bandwidth, or the bandwidth is inversely proportional to the pulse width of the dispersed pulse. Now for digital link, bandwidth is related with the bit rate of the system. So this bit rate is also related with the broadened pulse duration. So if we want that there should not be overlapping of the light pulses, the bit rate must be less than or equal to 1 by 2 tau, where tau is a pulse duration. So the bandwidth must be less than 1 by 2 tau. Let us consider the first figure indicates the pulses which are launched at the input side of the fiber. Now consider the bits are transmitted as 1, 0, 1, 1. Now in this case we can consider 1 is identified by the presence of the pulse and 0 is identified as absence of the pulse. If we consider a particular threshold, if the light energy is greater than the threshold, that will be considered as 1. If it is less than threshold, it will be considered as a 0. Now as these pulses travels along the fiber, let's say up to distance L1, then because of the dispersion, pulse width get increased. So you can observe in the second figure, there is overlapping between second pulse and the third pulse. Since they are near to each other, the pulse will get overlap. That is shown by the shaded region. Again, as the signal propagates through the fiber, let's say now it is traveling the distance L2, which is much greater than L1, then all the three pulses will get broadened even more, and you can observe the first pulse and the second pulse now get overlapped to each other, and the second and third pulses are even overlapped quite more. So if we observe now the resultant optical power, you can observe it is shown by the dotted line. Since the powers will get added and the shaded region will give overlapping of the pulses. Now everywhere the light energy is now greater than the threshold value. So instead of detecting as a 1011, the receiver will detect as a 1111. So this 0 bit will also be detected as a 1. So that will cause the inter-symbol interference. Also that will introduce the bit error in the system. So this is how the dispersion will affect the communication system. Now we can classify dispersion as intramodal dispersion and intermodal dispersion. Intermodal dispersion indicates dispersion between different modes. So it will occur only in multimode fibers. Now intramodal dispersion refers to the dispersion in a single mode, that is only within a one mode. So this will occur only in single mode fiber. Intramodal dispersion can also be called as a chromatic dispersion, and again it is classified into two. One is material dispersion and other is waveguide dispersion. So let's discuss the intermodal dispersion. Now, when the light is transmitted through the fiber, different modes will propagate through different angles, and because of that the distance travelled by each mode will be different. So if you consider a step index fiber, then the velocity of all the modes will be same, and because of that they will reach at the end of the fiber with different times. So this will cause the dispersion in fiber. So let us consider fiber core. Two rays are shown in the figure. The first one is a axial ray which travels along the axis of the fiber. Let us consider up to length L. Then the ray which is traveling along the axis of the fiber has to travel the minimum distance. We consider another ray which is launched at the maximum acceptance angle theta A. So that is the extreme ray that will travel the maximum distance through the fiber. So we are considering the axial ray and extreme meridional ray. Both rays will travel at the same speed. So because of the difference in the distance, they will reach at the end with different time. So difference between these two times will give the width of the dispersed pulse. So let us derive the equation. So if we consider the axial ray, it will require the minimum time to reach to the end of the fiber or to cover the distance L, and the extreme meridional ray will require maximum time to reach the same point. So by considering the geometry of this fiber and the triangle, minimum time for the axial ray will be distance divided by velocity. Now if the refractive index of the fiber core is n1, then the velocity of the ray is given by c by n1. So the T minimum will be L n1 by c. Now considering the same triangle, the distance travelled by the extreme meridional ray L by cos theta divided by the velocity c by n1. So we will get maximum time as ln1 by c cos of theta. Now this theta can be expressed as pi by 2 minus phi c, since it is a right angle triangle. So cos of pi by 2 minus phi c is nothing but sine of phi c. And we know that the sine phi c is given by n2 by n1. So the value of cos theta will be n2 by n1. So from that we will get the maximum time as L n1 square by c n2. Now the width or the delay difference between these two rays is obtained by taking the difference between T max and T min. So we'll get the equation ln1 square divided by Cn2 n1 minus n2 by n1. Now if we consider the relative refractive index difference is very small, then n1 is almost equal to n2. So we can replace n1 minus n2 by n1 using delta. So we'll get this equation ln1 square delta by Cn2. Again, if we consider n1 is equal to n2, then again we can modify the equation cancelling the n1 terms, and this n1 minus n2 upon n2 can also be considered as delta. So we'll get another equation L n1 delta divided by C. Now we can replace again this n1 delta using the equation for numerical aperture, and we'll get the third equation for the delay difference, that is L n square by 2n1c. So this is about the intermodal dispersion. So if we compare the intermodal dispersion, then in multimode step index fiber you can observe the pulse spread is maximum. Then multimode graded index, the pulse spread is less as compared to the step index fiber, and in single mode fiber the pulse spreading is very less. Thank you.